All right, how's the rehab stint for Gary Sanchez go in Wilkes-Barre, PA, with the Rail Riders, the AAA affiliate of the Yankees? Let's bring on DJ Eberle, who used to work for the Saratogian and the Troy Record. He's now Wilkes-Barre Scranton beat writer for the Times Leader, and he joins us here on Big Board Sports. DJ, Roger Weiland in Albany on ESPN Radio. Good morning.
How's it going, guys? Glad I can join you.
Hey, pleasure, DJ. Appreciate it. What was it like covering Sanchez? I would assume that the ballpark had a few more fans, if for no other reason, right, than Sanchez was there for a couple games?
Yeah, it was funny. They had, I think, the first night, they had about 6,000, 7,000 fans there, and it was funny how the crowd reacted when they were reading the lineup card, and they announced the lineup card. He got a really big ovation. Same when he went into the batter's box for the first time. But after he had a first pitch home run, he got booed the rest of the night. So that was pretty funny to see, because they were in Lehigh Valley, so it was the road team was playing. They were playing the Iron Pigs, which is the Phillies AAA affiliate. Right. But there were a lot of Yankees fans there. Everyone was always surrounding the dugout and the tunnel they come out of to try to get his autograph. People were definitely knew it was Gary Sanchez night this past week.
How did he look to you, DJ?
I caught this. I went down to spring training back in March, and I caught this just watching his batting practice. Just the way he swings the ball, you hear it off his bat. It was no different from when I saw him in March to now. I mean, he finished with a 385 batting average, had a couple doubles, a home run. He even came home from second at one point, so his legs were good too. From a hitting aspect, I don't think he's lost a beat, and I think he'll be ready to join the Yankees with quite a force from the plate.
DJ, what's up, man? It's good to talk to you.
How's it going, Chris? Yeah.
What did Sanchez have to say after each game when you had a chance to catch up with him? How does he sound, I guess, from a confidence standpoint?
It was interesting. So Tuesday night, it was his first game back. The Yankees are playing at the exact same time, and we see on Twitter and get word that Austin Romine left in the seventh inning with what ended up being groin cramps. And they thought it was just dehydration. But at the time, we didn't know that. So we were asking him, do you feel after one game that you could go? And he said, yeah, 100%. But again, it's up to the Yankees. He always said from the beginning that he felt 100% ready. It was the same with manager Al Padrique as well, that they always felt 100% ready. Al would ask him during the game, how are you doing? How are you feeling? And he always said he was good. And, while I do think I was glad he played 3 games. I think it'll be beneficial. I do feel like he probably could have went, when they played Baltimore on Wednesday if they needed him. I don't know if that answers your question. So,
hey, we're talking with DJ Eberle covering the AAA Yanks, the Rail Riders. You got Clint Frazier there too, and talk about all this young talent in this Yankee organization, man. It's shining in New York, I can tell you that, with the Aaron Judge just stealing the back pages one day after another. What's your thoughts on Frazier? How's he look, DJ?
Frazier, I've had a lot of conversations with him. He's still at the plate. He's never been a problem in the field. He's a great outfielder. He's got a great arm, great range. But at the plate, he has struggled. The power's been there. He's had 4 home runs this season, which is second on the team. But he's only batting .239. And I was talking to him about his approach a couple weeks ago, and the big thing for him, and I got from their hitting coach as well, is the foundation. They're still working on his foundation and trying to make that solidified. I think what they're trying to do is they're calming down his front leg, and they're trying to make that more stabilized. And I think his approach, he's starting a little bit earlier, which is something he wasn't used to in college and at the lower levels, just because he's a very big mental guy, and I think things rattle him pretty easily. So they're trying to eliminate that, and he said himself that he's just trying to be relaxed. When he got traded to the Yankees last August, he put a lot of pressure on himself, and he knew that wasn't the way to go. And he's got a completely different approach to the game this year. He's just trying to relax and have more fun.
Hey, DJ, one more for me. How does the fans in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, in that market support AAA baseball?
They're pretty good. The first night, opening night, was a sellout. I think I know they had. I can't remember the exact number what it was, but it was over 10,000 people there. It was packed. Right now, they average about 3,500 fans a night. from what I've been told, because, you know, as you guys know, at this time last year, I was back in Saratoga, so I've been seeing what it's like in the later months of the year, but I've been told that once school gets out and they move the games to 7:05, a lot of these weekday games are at 6:35, it really fills up. The first day I was there's definitely a strong fan base, and people know the amount of talent that is on the team. I think that's definitely a big draw. And the fact that they're coming off of a AAA national championship is big too. And there's definitely a lot of excitement, but I don't think we're going to see the full totality of it until later on when school gets out.
DJ Eberle, Times leader, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, PA. Love that market. A lot of Penn State fans in that market. I can tell you that.
Penn State's huge.
No doubt. DJ, always a pleasure. Thanks for the update on Gary Sanchez, who returns to the Yankees this weekend to take on the Chicago Cubs.
Thanks, Deej.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on. It's my pleasure.